Well, no. It's all on there. It's all on there. Trust me.
Yeah. Sometimes I can jabber too much.
Listen, man. People, like I said, people absolutely love it. It doesn't matter. Like you could be sitting here talking about paint drying, and people love to listen to people, including me, man. I listen to people literally talk about paint drying. I
Yeah.
like to talk, and I like to listen to people talk. Sounds weird, but
I like hearing the guys that, were firemen, way before I was even thought of, just listen to them guys talk. It's awesome. Like I said, like when Larry Dudley was talking, I like listening to him, he always talked good about my family and,
he does, man. Whenever he said some good stuff about you when he was on mine, and I mean anytime we've ever brought anything up about you guys or whatever on the podcast, he
oh yeah,
always had great things to say
nothing
for sure.
but top-notch respect for him. I mean, the guy's got a wealth of knowledge. Just he's got so much knowledge. I mean, you couldn't fit in 50 fire stations.
All right, so we'll get back into it. So 15 years old, young Collin joining. What was you said your first experience, man? You just absolutely fell in love with it, right?
Yeah, my first call here was a car wreck over by McKinney Cave Road, and a guy drove through the fence. I mean, it wasn't nothing major, but it was like, okay, this is fun.
Yeah. The first time you got in the truck and listened to the siren blare and the lights.
The truck we had was a 550. We had a little box on the back of it, and the red light on it had the siren above your head and the red
Oh
light.
man.
So
Yeah.
you had to, in the summertime, you had to keep the windows rolled up to run the siren. If not, you couldn't stand it.
No way, man.
Yeah, it was.
How
It
things have
was.
changed.
It was. Like I said, then we had an 85 Grumman. It was open in the back.
Hmm.
That thing there, going up. If it was going uphill, you could walk probably faster than it would go.
Yeah.
But man, that thing would pump. But now look at us. Got cab overs and
Yeah, it's crazy how things have
in
changed,
the
man. Well,
cab
I
and
mean, you guys started late, man. Like I said, we started in 26, and I mean, we're running 30 years before you guys were even founded.
had
I mean,
to
30.
had to save the best for last, man.
Yeah.
Uh,
Oh man. Woo! It's a bold statement. Um, I'm sure
we're
people in the chat will go crazy over
oh,
that.
it's not. But like I said, I
uh,
respect a lot of fire departments in this county. A lot of guys that are in them.
Listen, man, I have always said if you don't think at the end of the day that your fire department is the best in your mind, then there's something wrong.
I want my fire department to be the best. I mean,
Absolutely.
that's
Yeah, I mean, that's the way it is. And people, it doesn't matter. I could ask anybody about their fire department who's the best. And somebody asked me that one day. They said, is Westover the best best fire department? And I said, I can't even answer that. I said, well, I'd like to think that we are, but that's because I'm in the fire department. I don't care what
yeah,
anybody says. You're gonna have a biased opinion on your own fire department. The way it goes, you know. And
yep,
I told him, I said, Bond County is very blessed to have the you know the group of departments that they have.
a lot of
Protecting.
a lot of
Yeah,
a lot of great fire departments in this county.
absolutely, man, for sure. So, all right, so first call, guy ran through the fence. What was your first fire? You remember?
My first fire was over on Snake Hill Road, and it was a unfortunately it was a loss of life fire.
Oh,
A lot of the Brookhaven guys they'll remember that one, but I can't remember if we was fourth due or I wasn't used to the pager going off, so I was kind of sleeping, got out of it.
yeah.
So my dad comes in, hey, you going? I'm like, yeah, and unfortunately, it wasn't a very good outcome, but
Yeah, it's the luck of the draw sometimes, man.
it's
You
a
do what you can,
yeah, it's a smell you'll never forget. That's one thing.
I'll fully agree with you. That is probably uh probably the weirdest smell that you couldn't ever replicate ever, man.
Yeah,
I mean, and if
it's
you ever smell it, you could smell it from across the damn street, and you'd be like, man, damn, that smells like a body. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Like
it's
that smells like, yeah, man, it's insane. So yeah,
so
that's
kind of got hit with the the trauma, the bad side of the
it.
fire service right off the bat. So
Yeah, yeah, a lot of trauma there, man. A lot of trauma, a lot of things you can never forget. That's for
oh
sure.
yeah,
A lot of things that we got to see sometimes, man. Nobody makes us see it. I understand that. Nobody makes us see it. We choose to see it. But at the end of the day, somebody's got to do it.
somebody's
Somebody's
got
got to
to.
do it. Exactly. Yep.
If not
Somebody's
us,
got to do it.
not us, then who? I mean, it's one of them things you gotta move on.
Yeah, that's true. All right, man. So, how long were I knew you were an officer there for a brief point, right?
Just a little bit, yeah.
Okay. So you went from regular firefighter, and then you went up from an associate to a regular member, or how do your guys' go?
It So I mean, like I said, you join fifth when you join at 15,
Mm,
you're pretty much just a junior fireman. And once you get your fire classes, then you're firefighter. You're just a firefighter. Then you go like burn building, and a couple extra times they take you into a fire. Then once the captain feels you're ready, then
yeah.
you become a mass man.
Okay. Yeah. So how so what you waited till you're 18 to take your fire one, or
I
you
took when I was
do you take it
17. Yeah,
when
I
you're
had it when I
17?
yeah
Okay. Yeah, they really it's weird, man. Because like you go into that thinking like, man, I'm gonna really going to teach me a lot. And I hate to say that it does, but then it also does not.
yeah
Because I think it is so hard to try to teach a real life scenario in a classroom setting. You can only learn so much in that burn building.
yeah.
You can only feel so much fake heat, you know. But once you really get in there, man, things really change. And
That's
how it
why
is, man.
yeah.
Things very, you know, in a controlled setting, only really so much can happen.
Yeah, that's why I told Butters and Bob. I said, listen, I said that burn building, it ain't gonna show you no heat. I said the real thing. Then he was on.
Right.
We had a fire just Cheat Lake out Aurora Road. Well, it was in Mon County, Preston County. It was right there at that you know area,
Hmm.
and he was in there. He went in with a couple other people. I was ran out of air. I was going to go get a bottle changed, and it flashed on him, and he's like, he come out. He said, "Yep, he was right." I was like, "I told you."
Yeah. um. Yeah, man. It's crazy, and it's hard to even try to explain to people because I think that once people do get their fire one, they think like, man, fucking ready to get it, and you gotta kind of keep them on a leash there for a little bit,
Yeah.
because if not, they get in there, they're like, man, I'm gonna put the fire out. Well, then
Mm,
you don't think everything between that front door where the fire is at, everything that could happen before you get there.
yeah. Never know. It might be a
So
hole in the floor or something.
there might be, man. Yeah, for sure. Um, Brandon asked how old you were. There's your buddy Bo in there answering questions. He in there said you're 36 years old. What he said.
I'm 36.
Nah, he said you're 29. Gary Phillips. I think since I've gotten my fire one, I think I've been in 7 structure fires. Um, probably the biggest one that I've been in. Probably Bon Vista. Probably. I mean, that's probably
Yeah,
one of the biggest fires around here, and probably the
we was
last.
we wasn't invited to that one.
Yeah. Oh, you guys didn't call it out to
Yeah,
play on that one. Well,
yeah,
somebody
we
had to
was.
hold the county down, right?
Yeah, that's pretty much
Holy,
yeah, because everybody was
yeah,
on it.
yeah. Somebody had to hold the county. Hey, listen, you guys had a lot of responsibility there,
Oh yeah,
but
we would have.
yeah, that's the thing that sucks, though, man. Sometimes about you guys is like I said, you guys are almost in a different county.
Yeah,
You
we
know,
said, well, it's hard to tell where we'll end up at.
yeah. And I've seen you guys get called out before and stuff, and I'm like, damn, man, they're driving. You know, you guys are.
Yeah,
I
we
mean,
went
how long does
to
it take you guys to come off the pike, even down the Greenback?
not very long. I
T-
mean,
5, 10 minutes.
depends on who you're driving.
Well, that's what exactly. I knew that was
Allegedly,
coming.
allegedly.
Yeah, allegedly. Yeah, it's all downhill, right? It's all
Yeah,
downhill coming down, so you can get her pretty good. Um, Gary asked about how many fires you've been interior on, Colin. I know that's a hard question sometimes, man,
yeah.
because they kind of all blend in.
23, cardiac arrest,
There you go.
1579, southbound.
Doesn't it say cardiac arrest?
Yeah. So I mean, I
Somebody will
don't,
handle that.
I don't know. I don't know how many structure fires I've been in. I mean, you lose count after a while.
They all blend together.
Yeah.
That'd be like somebody asking me how many car wrecks I've been on.
I just gonna say a bunch.
Yeah, a bunch. Yeah, yeah. Cause you've been around for a little while. I mean, about what? About 15 years now.
16 years.
16 years. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
So a
April
little
the
while.
10th.
Yeah.
April the
Right.
10th was my 16th anniversary. So
Awesome, man. Yeah. There she is. Somebody go take care of that. I
I
don't know
was a
what the
little
hell's
late
going on with the
there.
cardiac. Somebody going on a damn cardiac. Somebody having a damn cardiac arrest on the internet. What the hell? All right. So what about your little time period to be an officer? How'd you enjoy that?
There's this guy. He finally showed
Hey
up.
man, how's it going?
What's going on, bud?
So officer for a little bit, Colin. I mean, did you like the experience?
Yeah, I wasn't ready.
It's okay, man. It's a lot of
Yeah.
responsibility. It
I was
is.
like,
I mean,
nah,
whenever
I'm good.
listen, man, whenever guys, because at the end of the day, if you're the officer on scene, you know that's your ass. You know what I mean? That's
Yeah.
your ass. If something goes wrong, Colin, why'd this happen?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know is not I don't know is not an answer.
Yeah.
You were in
Not a
charge.
good answer.
Yeah,
You gotta
not a
say.
good answer. I don't knows don't work in that situation.
Yeah. So
So
I was, that's why I got, I was head mass man, then lieutenant, then head mass
yeah,
man. But
listen, man. Not. I mean, that's perfectly fine, man. Not everybody. There's guys that spend their whole entire career and have literally no desire of being an officer. They love fighting fireman. They don't love taking that sideline. And
yeah,
once I feel like once you do get officer in your first due at least, and you're the guy you're the guy in charge. You're the only officer there from your company. You kind of gotta put your foot on the brake a little bit and say, I gotta make sure that I'm in control of everything.
yep,
Because you always have that desire. As soon as you get out the truck, you're like, shit, I'm about to grab a crossline. I'm about to go in the house. And then you got to say, whoa, I got to make sure that everything outside.
that's what my brother-in-law here. He's good about doing the 360 and checking everything, and I mean he does a good job, does a great job. I never have a bad thing to say about him, even if he
Yeah,
could.
I mean, listen, anybody that wants to take on that responsibility, I have respect for, man, because it's a huge role, some big
Oh
shoes
yeah.
to fill.
Well, he'll even tell you the officer classes they're ridiculous.
Like do you think they prepare you, or do you just think? And this is listen. There's a no filter podcast here. I mean, at the end of the day, there's a lot of classes that I think that are complete fucking bullshit
Oh, I
that
agree.
they have
That's
to have that are just on paper. Just
yeah,
because
that's
you have that paper doesn't mean shit. You
yeah.
know?
Oh, that's what I've said from you know about some officers. Just because you got a piece of paper doesn't mean nothing. But like I said, Christian, he does a phenomenal job. Even if he
Yeah.
didn't have the officer classes, he'd still be a great leader and whatnot.
Yeah, man. I mean, some people are really good at it. They are, man. Some people are really good at being able to look at things and knowing what needs to be done and are able to tell people how to do it. But then you have some people that they're just good at doing it.
Yeah, gotta have somebody
That's
keep me in line on the fire scene.
yeah, it keeps you on a straight line. Yeah, I mean
Yeah,
somebody's got to. Um, yeah. Brandon said he said at least you're man enough to step back.
yeah.
Yeah,
Wasn't
I
the
mean
right time. Wasn't the right time.
and that's perfectly fine, man. Like I said, at the end of the day, I've seen it with my own eyes. There's people that shouldn't be officers, shouldn't happen, and just be and they are officers. Listen, man, it's just the way
Yeah,
it is. They're officers just for that title. The way it is, man. They want to say, man, listen,
spot
I'm
fillers.
fucking, I'm lieutenant, man. Like
Like
I'm the shit
like
up
like my
here.
brother-in-law said, spot fillers.
That's what it is, man. I mean, somebody's got to get thrown into that role, and sometimes that does happen. Sometimes that does happen where departments are lacking, somebody to take that spot, and they say, hey, somebody, we're gonna go ahead and bring you up for lieutenant and or captain or whatever. I mean, you have some people that probably shouldn't even be a lieutenant, and sometimes they could be running a department
Well,
just because they got thrown into it. I mean,
you got some that shouldn't be firemen at all, but we'll let that
that's that
let that
that's
part
true too.
go.
It is what it is, man. I mean, it is what it is. There's a lot of people that are in it. You got a lot of T-shirt wearers sometimes, man. I mean, at the end of the
Oh yeah, you
day,
got the what's the shirt that some people wear is "I'll fight what you fear."
yeah, the fight with your fear guys, that's for sure.
Yeah,
For the T-shirt boys.
just there for
T-shirt boys,
yep.
it's exactly what it is, man. I mean, for sure. Like I said, I take it very serious.
You got to.
I've had somebody before tell me, look, well, sorry, the fire department's not my whole life, and I said, it's not my whole life. I got a job, right?
Yeah,
So, you know
but
what I mean? But at the end of the day, I've always said that when somebody calls 911, they don't say, hey,
yeah, send me the
there's a
volunteer
fire at
paid
my house,
department.
and
Yeah,
they say, okay, the volunteer fire department's on their way to your house. They don't say that. They say, okay,
yeah.
fire department's on their way. These people don't know, or they may know, they don't care, but like
There's a
right, we have this exact same training. We have to do the exact same thing. You should take it just as serious as the guy that's getting paid to do it. You should
yeah.
probably, honestly take it more serious than a guy that's getting paid to do it because you're taking your own time to go do it. I mean, this
There's a
guy's getting a paycheck for it. So,
there's I always tell some of their guys, listen, the fire doesn't matter
right.
if you're paid or volunteer. It doesn't matter.
I fully agree.
So you got to train for it. You got to be
Yeah,
prepared.
I mean, at the end of the day, if you're not prepared for it, you go inside of that fire and you die. That fire don't care if you're a volunteer or you're paid. It don't give
Fire,
two shits. It's
fire can
fire, exactly.
fire can fuck you up.
It definitely can. It's no fucking joke at all.
Yeah, when you think you got it, it can fuck you up. Believe me, trust me. I got caught in a flashover. They're not fun.
Yeah, I mean, and some of it's one of those things too where sometimes sometimes shit happens, man, Sometimes shit absolutely happens and shit that you didn't think that was going to happen, everything looked
Yeah.
good and it just sneaks up on you. But so I guess I know you don't have a super long career. I know, like I said, it's hard to follow up old Larry Dudley. This guy's
I
been
know.
around.
You should let me
Guy's
go
been around
before
70
him.
years. So all right, man. So what classes? You taking a good bit of classes? I know you got your. I know you said you took your officer classes and stuff. You interested in like taking extrication? Like
All right, all
what do
right.
you like to do? You a fire guy? You a car
Fight
wreck
fire.
guy? You just fire? Okay.
Engine man. I pulled a line gun, fight fire.
Yeah. Yeah, man. It's I don't know, man. I definitely like the fire. I do. I still like the good rush of a good entrapment though, man. I think it they both fire and medical rescues, man. They're both a challenge. I mean, sometimes
Mm-hmm.
you may get that you may get that car that's smashed up against the guardrail with another car smashed up against the driver's side, cars, passenger side against the guardrail, and person entrapped, and you're like, you have to do a little bit of thinking here.
Yeah, because it's I mean, I took my auto extrication class.
Mm-hmm.
It's been a few years now, but we did a lot of scenarios of different car ways to cut a car and stuff, and it's an interesting thing.
It is, and I mean, as things
The
go,
Hart
right?
boys,
I mean,
the Hart boys up there in Billington, they teach that auto extrication class. Phil
okay.
and Mike Hart. I don't know if you know them or heard of them.
I don't know Phil or Mike Hart. I don't know them. I've heard the name Mike Hart before.
Yeah,
Or Phil Hart, but I don't think I've ever heard of Mike. I don't think
yeah.
I've ever had the pleasure of meeting him.
We're us Harts about everywhere. So
Are you related to him?
I don't know. Maybe
Okay, so
somewhere
same
along the
last.
line, I guess.
Yeah, somewhere down.
Same
Um,
last name with the same passion, I guess.
yeah, for sure. And man, I tell you what, like it's crazy to think back in the day. When I had Larry on, he was telling me about the pure fire, structure call volume was just so high. And we get fires now, but they're nowhere near,
Well, like
nowhere
I said,
near.
it's a lot of improvement with fire breaks and different types of construction. Some people get sprinkler systems in their house. That saves them a lot. So I mean, it's good we're not fighting a lot of fires because people are not losing their house and all that. I mean, never want to see that. That's the worst thing ever, especially right
Yeah,
around Christmas time. That's the worst thing ever.
and the worst thing is that's a lot of the time too when the calls really really start ramping up.
Yep,
You,
chimney
yep.
fires and just
I I I used to say all the time. I used to say, man, I'd say this at the time. I say, why? I said, you got people that are gonna plug 8 space heaters into this Dollar Tree $1.50 extension cord,
yeah,
and they're gonna go to sleep and and it is their fault, but it's not their fault because at the end of the day, they're just trying to do what they got to do to survive.
yeah,
I understand that. But at the end of the day, that's why you got to promote fire safety. You got to let people know, like, don't be plugging shit into extension cords that aren't rated.
yeah.
You know, um,
Except,
I tell you what, man, it's opened my eyes up so much. Going into some of these houses, seeing the conditions, that some of these people live in,
yeah, some of them
and
it's horrible.
it is absolutely horrible. Like you go and I've went on some medical calls before, and I was inside of the house, and lights start flickering, and I was, what the hell's going on here? Like power about to go out, like storming outside. Wound up leaving, and one of the guys was with me, be like, man, I'm pretty sure the house being ran on a generator. Like shit.
Yeah,
And that changes things too. That even changes things when you're going on a structure fire. You're going to go shut utilities down. You go around, you're like, all right, cool, about to pull the meter. Well, that's fine, you pulled the meter, but house still got power.
yeah. I got shut generator off.
Yeah, but like, I mean, have no clue. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Yeah.
like I said, that's where the 360 walk around comes in handy. You can see all right, I got utilities here.
Hmm.
The fire's coming out. Second story window. It's just like I said, it's just things you got to watch out for,
Absolutely, yeah. The
especially
experience.
down power lines and
I I've been caught up in. I've had a first-hand experience on down power lines, man. Granville caught a working fire down in Osage. We showed up a little bit late. Actually, we were on scene pretty quick. We had a guy that lived out of the area that was on his way, and I was in no rush. I knew that we were going to be a little bit late getting there, anyways. And by the time me and him got there, went around to the backyard. Granville had their ladder already extended up, already flowing water, and was creating a little bit of a swimming pool in the backyard. And I was like, shit, all right, whatever. We went to walk through the water, and one of the guys that I was with stepped on a down power line, and next thing I knew, man, it looked like 15 to 20 kids with sparklers this close to my face because he stepped on it and it arced. I
Mm.
said, "Holy shit!" I said, "We're about to die." Luckily, we didn't, man. We came running. You know, this crappy Mon County internet, Brandon. Yeah, yeah. The Jason said it let him back in. He said this crappy Mon County internet.
Tell him it's like the trunk radios.
Yeah, that's
They
true.
hold it up in the air, pointed towards Morgantown, talk on it. But no, I mean, sometimes the radios will sight trunk and whatnot, but for the most part up here, I mean, they're decent.
Yeah. So, you guys being a rural department, man. I mean, we're more of a city department. We do have some rural area. We do get into a little bit of situations where it's definitely more of a challenge outside of the city. You brought up about hydrants. We're very blessed to have a hydrant on every street in Westover.
Yeah.
Um, the good thing is we have the interstates. We get some pretty nasty calls on the interstate
Yeah.
every once in a
You
while. We
boys have
do.
got the interstate, you can have them.
Yeah. You're not a big interstate guy, huh?
No, they can have the interstate. We
Just
used
working
to,
on the interstate, or
no, we used to back up Clinton District on the interstate there a
okay?
couple years ago, and my lanes, they about run you over. I'm like, nah, I'll deal with the pike. It's easier.
Yeah, I've
But of course, then
had a.
again, you got to watch them up here. They'll run you for up here.
I tell you what, man. Coming up there in the damn pike, sometimes you have people trying to pass you on the turn. I'm like,
Mm.
is there a fire? Is your house on fire? Where the hell are you going to? When I used to work at the sheriff's department, I used to do home confinement there, and I used to have to come up there and check on a few of your boys up there in the pike. And
Ain't my
I
boys.
mean, yeah, uh, people in your community,
There you go.
and yeah, man, it was crazy to see people. So yeah, I mean, you guys have some nasty turns up there, and I know you boys definitely got a challenge when it snows. That changes everything.
Shit. Well, I mean, it's third chains on and go.
Yeah, but those old engines, once they start sliding, that's a lot of weight.
Yeah, I put the faith in the old man. He's one of the best engineers I've been around. So
So is that who you give a lot of credit to?
no, yeah,
Who
that's
you
all.
learned a lot from your dad? Yeah,
It's all the old man. Of
that's
course,
awesome, man.
like I said, he learned a lot from the older guys here. Of course, Larry Dudley. He learned, taught him a lot. So
Yeah, man. I tell you what, it's I've talked about it a bunch. At the end of the day, you got to pass that knowledge on.
oh yeah,
You got to pass that knowledge on, man. I mean, all the stuff that a lot of these guys know, if they could even pass on 10% of it.
that's what I told Butters. I said, listen, I said I don't know much, but I'll teach you a little bit. He's like, oh, you know a lot. Oh yeah, I mean, never want to brag myself
It
up.
depends. Yeah, it depends on who you're around. If you know a lot, you know what I
Yeah,
mean. Because I mean, you
um,
put yourself in a room with guys that's got 20 years. You're
yeah,
like shit. You're like, I feel like I don't even know nothing.
yeah. I mean, like I said, Larry Dudley and them guys like that, Larry Dudley, Donnie Goodwin, you know, hell, Jason Nestor, Bo, a lot of them guys, they know. I mean, that's a lot of wealth of knowledge right there. And of course, my dad, shit, I wish I had an ounce of what he knows. So my dad, my uncle, like I said, it just comes with time learning this stuff.
No, absolutely, man. It definitely does. It takes a lot of time. What did Brendan ask? Brendan asked. He wanted to know how often. He wanted to know how often you guys use your dump tanks up there. Which,
About every structure fire. Yeah, it's, my brother-in-law said John Wayne time.
yeah,
Because, I mean, we're on our own for a little bit up here. Until people get here, then we're, pretty good. But, we use dunk tanks. I mean, if there's a place to set them up, that's some of the places,
yeah.
down the backwoods somewhere, you can't. But if we get a chance to set them up, we use them. We use 'em about all the time.
Yeah, I mean, you guys heavily require that. You don't require that. Rely on that, man. I mean,
Then of course
like I
that
said,
tanker goes everywhere. I
yeah. I
mean,
mean, anywhere. I mean, yeah. Don't matter. It don't matter what's on the side of the truck, right?
yeah,
It's got water in it.
I've been I've been clear to Hazleton with my uncle. We had the big mulch fire up there. I don't know if you heard about that one or not. We went up there and assisted them, tanker shuttles and whatnot. My lands, the tankers, just like tankers from Maryland, Pennsylvania, West Virginia. I mean, I think
What
there was
was it?
over.
What was it on? Is this a fire?
Yeah, it was mulch fire, big
Mulch
mulch
fire.
fire.
Okay. My God, that's a hell of a fire.
Not them little ones like you get down there in the city.
Yeah.
Somebody supposed to steal a cigarette out.
Yeah. That's happened before, man. I can't. God. What did Brandon say? Jason said Brandon, us Pikers love our dump tanks.
So he's like I said, he does. Jason, when he's on a county tanker, you can almost bet we get on scene to assist like Cheat Lake or something, he's already got dunk tank out. So he learned that up here.
And then Brandon said they use a 2.5 most of the time. Jason said we have to use 2.5 on some of the hydrants at higher elevations on the pike due to the diameter of the water main.
Yeah, that some of our trucks are supplied with 4-inch.
Yeah.
But it's rare. It is rare to hit a hydrant up here. So usually we just lay the 4-inch out to the road and next engine in picks it up, and
yeah, they just
then
lay
the tanker sits up dunk tanked and start tanker operations.
You just start the train of a hose from one truck to another.
No one do we what they call them, daisy chains.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't.
You guys.
Just usually it's just the first engine in, and whatever the next engine is, they stay down by the road or wherever they can get a location for the dunk tank. Then
Okay.
sometimes you'll hook one into another. Just depends on. Like I said, it's all about location.
Brennan said he just said they just use it as an umbilical cord, so they just hook up to each other.
Might have to get down there and show them Upshur County boys how to do some tanker shuttles.
Oh dang! I
Huh?
tell you what, man, we do. We 90% of the fires around here. I mean, probably using a dump tank on them, or at least a tanker. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, there's like I said, unless you're in Westover, unless you're in Star City, you're not really getting a hydrant. It just ain't happening.
Yeah.
That's that's one of the things that I was like so surprised at when I first joined, because they we went over hooking up the hydrants and shit, and I was like, hell yeah, man, I'm gonna hook up the hydrants all the time, and then never happens.
No.
Never happens, especially
It never does.
ask him who his favorite department to assist is. Did he say Brookhaven? Jeremy Kinsley said that.
Jeremy.
Kinsley?
Yeah, I know Jeremy. Yeah.
Yeah.
We work good with Brookhaven. Like I said, Brookhaven and Masontown about. They got boys ready to fight fire.
Yeah. God damn. Yo, you and Brandon now. He said he'll come up here and show you how to fight fire.
Yeah, might need a lesson or two, I guess.
Yeah.
Allegedly.
Oh man, I tell you what, been about itching for a fire here recently, man. There's been dry. I mean, they had that fire down there at the
You having brush
at
fires.
the ship plant. Had a fire down at the ship plant down there at Mug.
Yeah, I was looking at that one.
I was busy, so I didn't go. We were gonna try to get some things together before the baby came. So I didn't go, and then I kind of kicked myself in the ass because
I was working at Morgantown when that call came in. Street department.
Yeah, I know that you used to work over at Old Star City.
Oh yeah, it was a good job. But
Yeah,
It's closer to the house.
Yeah. Brandon Thorpe, flexing muscle on you. But all right, man. Well, is there anybody you want to give some shout outs to, man? I mean, you want to, like, I know you said your dad, Larry Dudley. I mean, who's some guys that taught you some stuff, man? I mean, other than just your dad, Larry Dudley.
Yeah, like I said, my uncle, Jr., Tad, of course,
Mm-hmm.
Jason, Bo. Hell, even my brother-in-law's taught me some things, different things. He likes doing the ventilation stuff, so he's taught me
Oh,
some good. He's taught me
taught you
some
some.
things about it. Donnie Goodwin, got to give a shout out to him. Great instructor. Ethan Rousey out of Kingwood, he's a great instructor too. Just, I mean, I got a list, I guess.
Yeah, hey, man. I mean, that I
Skylar
it's
McCormick, he's fought a few fires with him. We fought me and him. I think it was me and him. We was on that. He was in Cassville at the time, or no, no. He was still in Brookhaven, and he was in the hazmat team, and that's why that big tanker truck caught on fire up on the interstate,
mhm.
and we had our tanker there and was helping them guys, and I put a pack on, went up spraying, and it was my lands. It was hot, but like I said, Skylar, Skylar will teach you some few things. He's a good
Yeah,
fireman.
yeah. He's been around for a little while. I've been trying to
Oh
get
yeah,
him to come on the podcast. He
yeah,
just
you need
works
to get him on
afternoon
there.
shift. He works afternoon shift, man. He's just a hard fish to catch, man. I was trying. Um, what did he say? Um, Jason said that Colin that you like when he falls on you and fires. What's that all about?
Oh, so we had a structure fire out here just around the mountain,
Mm-hmm.
and so I kicked the door down, and I was taking the hose in. Jason, he was coming in behind me. I got down, started crawling around a little bit. I didn't realize when you went in, the floor went down and this way, so I fell.
Okay.
He falls on me. I said, Jason, get the fuck off of me.
Trying to ride your damn back, man. Maybe he
Yeah,
was scared. He wouldn't know what's going on.
he might have been.
He was legit trying to piggyback on you.
Yeah, I said, get the fuck off of me.
Probably scared the shit out of you, didn't it?
Oh, it was
Um,
weird going in there, and all
Luke,
of a sudden it just drops down.
probably, yeah. I mean, working fire. I mean, that's probably about scared the shit out of you. Probably thought the whole damn roof fell in on you.
I was like, Jesus criminy, Jason.
Lucas said, "What about that piker, Brian Renner? Oh, is that what you guys refer to each other as pikers?
I guess.
You guys call each other pikers up there? Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. Talk to Brian occasionally. He's not in here. We got his cousin Ryan Renner.
Okay.
And he's damn good fireman. Ryan is. Me,
Yeah,
him,
we'd
and
get to. Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
Christian. That's the A team there.
Oh, you got see, and everybody's got that.
Oh yeah, you got your group. Always got your group.
We do that down there too, man. I mean, we always know that there's normally if tones drop, and this is the thing. Every department goes through this. Car wreck. You know that you probably have about 3 people, 4 people show
Yeah.
up. Medical calls. Sometimes you maybe have 1 or 2 people. You get a structure fire. Normally, you have those extra 3 or 4 people that'll show up that you haven't fucking
Yeah.
seen in 6 months. But, but you normally always have that crew that that's going to show up.
Yeah.
And that's just the way it goes.
Oh
Bo
yeah.
said he was the engineer that day whenever Jason fell, and he said he remembered that.
Yeah, he was driving, fell right over me. I was like, damn it, Jason, I said, get the fuck off of me.
Yeah.
I thought he
I
was
don't
trying to
think
cuddle with me.
I was just thinking you're talking about your brother-in-law. I think I've been on 1 fire with him. It was Round Bottom Road.
Remember that fire? So he said it's cold as fuck.
Yeah, it was a cold ass fucking fire, man. I think Clinton's truck froze, Trian's truck froze.
How's
Couldn't
the
get the
fire going?
fucking fire out. Oh my god.
One picked up.
So you was trying to get both of us on here, and you finally did.
Yeah, we'll bring. Like I said, we'll get Brandon. We'll get you guys in here, and we'll bullshit a little bit another night.
Oh yeah.
That fire was some fucking bullshit. That fire was an abandoned house that I wish that at the end of the day somebody would have been late calling it some bitch in. We'd have got there and been on the ground, so we could have went home.
Yeah. Best part about that fire
Because
was getting as close as I could to. I guess I could get warm.
yeah, it was crazy. The difference once that damn fire was out, you're like, I don't give a fuck home.
Since we got
Like, I
about
don't
far
even.
enough where I could make entry into it, we started making entry into it. I was happy as hell. I was just I was too damn cold.
Yeah, dude, that's one of those that's one of those fires where you're so fuck cold. You're like, I don't even want to be a fireman anymore. You're like, I'm about to,
Makes you
I'm about to
rethink
turn my
some
fucking
things.
yeah. You're like, I'm about to catch a fucking Uber and go home right now. You're like, I don't
I've
even
been
want to be
on.
here.
I've been on. Man, I've been on too many fucking cold ones. Fucking gloves freeze up. I've had gloves freeze to the front bumper of the engine.
My helmet was froze solid when I got back from that one.
Yeah, our shit was so frozen. I just hung it up because like I was like, we get another fucking call. I sound like a damn bag of chips rattling around. It was.
Had the abominable snowman. We got the little 163, and we got the truck. He just looked at me. And everything just froze it off. I was like,
Yeah.
"You all right? You gonna die?"
Wintertime, fighting fire sucks.
Yeah, it definitely does.
Everybody will agree with that.
Everybody always thinks they're like, oh man, because the first structure fire ever I got to go on was like, I was on West Run, and it was about 95 out, and I said, holy shit.
Well, that fire that Jason was talking about where he fell on me, it was hot that day. I mean, I went in, me and him went in, I knocked the fire out, and I was like, listen, somebody else could do overhaul. I was like, I'm done.
Yeah.
I think it was 100 degrees that day.
Yeah, it don't take long when it's that damn hot. That's for
Yeah.
sure. That Bon Vista fire was fucking hot too, man.
I got a few war stories, but man, you made me follow Larry Dudley.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a hard one, man. I felt bad for anybody that had to follow him.
I've been on the strip club fire up at Mile Ground. That was a pretty good fire.
That was before my time, man. How was that? That was before I actually got in. So I've only been running with Western for about 7 years.
The initial call was 12, 14, and 20 in the county tanker.
Mm-hmm.
So then Zach Lipskin, he put us on as for tanker because the hydrants up there suck.
Yeah.
So they put us on for tanker, and then we yell, hey, we got a couple guys. Because usually when our tanker gets tanked out for something, we'll have a couple guys show up, a couple extra guys. Because you never 9 times out of 10, it's like, hey, bring help.
Yeah.
So
bring the manpower.
Yeah, we got there, and it was right next to the dry cleaner place, and it was kind of catching on fire too. So me and Matt Perry, we went in there and was knocking it down, but it started. I mean, it started to take a turn for the worst, and I was like, "Yeah, buddy, we better back out of here. Don't want to get caught in a fucking bad spot." So we just backed out of there and hit it hard from the yard, I guess.
Yeah, sometimes, man, you got to, man. Sometimes you got to go defensive. It ain't worth killing guys over putting out a damn business. It's not.
It pisses you off sometimes when you got to go exterior, but at the end of the day, you gotta go home. So
You do, yeah, man. At the end of the day, I always look at that. I'll do whatever I can that's humanly possible to try to help somebody. But at the end of the day, you got to go home. You know what I mean? It don't. If me and Brandon talked about that on my last episode, was if it's not possible for me to barely survive in this scenario, I could guarantee you the person's got no protective equipment on is sure as hell not going to survive.
Yeah,
you gotta understand that, man.
Yeah, you gotta, like I said, you gotta get in there and get it, but at the same time, you gotta make sure.
Right. You do, man. You do. That's for sure. Yeah. Brendan said risk versus reward. Exactly. Yeah. There's no sense of risking your life over a damn abandoned building just to go inside and say you put the fire out. I mean, if it's that bad, then I mean, fuck, sit outside.
I
Put a
can't
portable
say
monitor on it.
can't say too much about
it's
that.
hard to. I know it's hard.
I went in and put out a few abandoned houses, but
well, you got it.
Allegedly.
Yeah, allegedly. But I mean, like I said, at the end of the day, you go in, floor's a little gummy. Yeah, I mean, is it worth going and falling through the floor? I mean, sometimes you got to read it, man. It's all scenario based. You can't compare one to the
I
other.
like that art of reading smoke class. That's a big class to take. That's a good class to take. I don't know if you took it yet or not.
I didn't take it. The day that they had it at our department, we're having a baby shower, so
Yeah.
I didn't go. So I
Yeah,
missed it.
I took it at your guys' place. Well, I took it twice. I mean, it's a good class to have. Like I said, Donnie Goodwin does a phenomenal job at teaching it.
What did Brennan say? Brennan said that's not what I meant, Colin. I think he meant like the risk versus reward. I'm not sure what he meant there. Why he's letting us know, Kent Boyers wanted to know, who would you say are some of the best firemen in Mon County currently? Oh, man, God, he's calling you out with that one. Wow.
Well, I mean,
I
you got
mean,
to put
I think
yourself up
you
there.
definitely named some of them, right? I mean, you threw
Yeah,
some.
you got to put yourself up there.
Yeah.
Of course, you know my brother-in-law, like I said, Ryan Renner. Donnie Goodwin, Larry Dudley, Cody Scott. He's Skylar McCormick. I mean, those are great ones. Ian Kent. He's in Bruce, but he's a good fireman too.
I went to school with Ian. Yeah, I
Yeah.
know there's Bruce and Brandonville boys up there. They
Uh,
got some good
yeah.
guys up there, man. I tell you what,
Oh yeah.
it
Ryan
like I said,
Spiker. He's a good one.
I don't know if I know Ryan Spiker.
Randy Spiker's boy. But I get back to some of the best. Like I said, I mean, there's a bunch. Zach Lipscomb. He's a great one. Yeah, I'd put Mon County up against about anybody.
West Virginia.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Now you got me talking shit on here.
No, man, it's the way that it is, man. I mean, at the end of the
Oh,
day,
I can't
when
forget
somebody
about Mitch, from Star City.
oh,
He's my lands. He's young kid, but man, he knows a lot. He's smart, very smart. He'll be chief one of these years. But yeah, he's a very smart fireman too. Just my lands. I don't know. Make a whole list, I guess.
yeah, like I said, man, at the end of the day, I don't think there's very many people that I've ever showed up to a fire and there wasn't somebody doing something to try
Yeah.
to help the situation. I know that's something that some places do run into. Is you may have one department that's sitting there
I
working
think
their
I
fucking
mentioned
self to
Jason
death.
Nestor and Bo, right? I don't want to get some hate
I got bad news for
Facebook
you.
messages.
You didn't throw either of those names out the first time, so I don't know if you can make up for that.
No, I can make up for it. Jason, like I say, of course, Jason Nestor and Bo. I'll forget people.
Ooh,
I'll forget
oh
people.
man, oh man. Woo. Well, Jeremy Kinsley in the chat said, tell him really Mitch before me.
Oh, I knew I'm
Oh
gonna forget somebody.
man.
I knew I'm gonna forget somebody. See, me on the podcast just causes a fight.
Nah, man. It is.
That
Yeah.
Jeremy, like I said,
Listen,
Jeremy's another great one too. Like I
yeah.
said, them Brookhaven boys. There's a lot of good firemen down there.
Like I said, man, it's very hard. I mean, you can sit here for days throwing out names, and
Oh,
there's always going to be guys that you're going to forget. And
they're gonna be like, "Hey,
unless you
fucking
ain't
forgot to
nowhere
talk
near
about me."
Jason said he ain't nowhere near one of the best. He said thanks.
Oh, he's taught me a lot. So
And at the end of the day, any guy that shows up to, you know, shows up when somebody, when we need help and shit. I mean, I
yeah,
think
put the work in.
everybody's the best, man. And it's so hard to say too that somebody's the best because people are so good at different things. Like you
Oh
said,
yeah,
your brother-in-law
yeah.
is really good at venting. You know what I mean? That's another thing you get into, man. When to vent, what to vent.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of variables that go into that. You got some guys, yeah, it
Venton's
is
one of them things that it can help you
kill you.
or it can fuck you up.
Yeah, you could fucking kill guys venting. I mean,
Yep.
you could fucking flash the whole fucking house on somebody, kill them. I mean, it is what it is, man. I mean, and you have some guys, like I said, that they're good at being officers. They're good at telling people what to do. You know, sometimes you can't teach people that. It's just something that people are instantly good at
Yeah.
is being officers. You got some guys that are really good. I mean, you got some guys that have no desire to ever go inside of a fire,
Like I said,
but
there's
they're
other
awesome
jobs on the.
engineers.
There's
Awesome
other
engineers.
jobs.
You got some guys that could fucking, pump goddamn water out of a mud hole if they had to. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you got some
Yeah.
guys that they are awesome, man. I mean,
Yeah,
and
definitely.
I mean
I
that's
could,
something that I think doesn't get enough respect sometimes. I
yeah,
think that those are the guys that are forgotten about on a lot of fire grounds. There's a lot of fires that wouldn't have been put out if it wasn't for,
you got
the
charge. You got to
engineer
have
that was on
somebody
scene.
get the water there. That's the
Absolutely.
thing.
You got to have a guy that's smart enough to be able to recognize problems when they come, be able to fix them. I mean, when you got
Yeah.
guys inside the house and fucking pump goes down, you need to figure out why. You got to figure out why you're not getting water,
My brother-in-law said silver bullets only get you so far.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, at one point, you're about to throw the fucking silver bullet in the fire and run out. You know what I'm saying? You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? I mean,
He's got
that's
that. He's got that trucky in him.
one of those trucky guys, huh?
Yeah. He does it all though. But he, like I said, he's a damn good fireman. I
Yeah,
know. I know somebody. I know somebody will fucking say, "Hey, Colin, you forgot about me." I'm like, "Yeah."
oh, I'm sure they will. I'm
I'm
sure
gonna
they will.
just go ahead and apologize again.
But yeah, man. I mean, that's a God honest truth. I mean, and then you have guys that are really good at putting the fire out. I mean, you got guys that are. I mean, you got some guys that they fucking snap their fingers, fires out. Then you get some guys that you could fucking give them a 4.5, tell them to go inside and put the fire out, and they couldn't put it out in a 2x2 room. Just the way it goes.
I mean, I've seen people struggle to wrestle a 2.5. I mean, it's that
I
gets the
I
pressure on
listen,
two and
man.
a half. It's a
I'll tell you what, man. I mean, just from not ever we're not a huge 2.5 department. I mean, one of the good things is a lot of the time when we get when we get our fires in the city here, we're able to get on there and get a pretty good knock on it without having to pull big hose. That round bottom fire, that was probably one of the first times that I actually had experience operating a 2.5, and I said, "Holy
yeah.
shit!"
I mean, like that's like up here. It's inch and a half. Unless something happens, you got to go to. But
Yeah,
up here, it's no deck gun. We don't we don't use the deck gun. I mean, just for the simple fact is the water situation. You
yeah,
don't want to. You don't want to.
yeah,
You don't want to fuck yourself. That's the thing. You
yeah.
don't want to. So you
No,
gotta.
I fully agree with that. I fully agree with that. That's a whole different situation right there. Because I mean, you get on there and you fucking drain the tank with the deck gun, and then like you said, your
Yep.
water's 10 minutes away. You gonna
Yep.
sit there and watch it burn?
You're sitting there just twiddling your thumbs. I mean, that's why, like I said, that's why it's inch and a half. Then if you need to be, 2.5. But
Yeah.
hell, if I ever become chief, you just take the fucking deck guns off top of the fucking truck.
Yeah, yeah, that's happened before. I brought that up one day. I was like, man, why don't we have portable monitor? I said we got a deck gun. I said ain't the fucking same thing. This ain't this ain't the fucking 70s no more.
Yeah.
Um, but that's a whole nother challenge that that we don't always look at that because we have used our deck gun. We've gotten to use it a good bit. You guys don't really because, like you said, it's a water source thing.
It's
It's
a
crazy how different firefighting can be 10, 15 minutes away, 20 minutes away. It's
no yeah.
a total different story, man. Now
Got anybody
Brandon
else?
and them,
Got anybody else cussing in there that I forgot them?
there's nobody else cussing. I'm sure they'll be later. I'm sure somebody will see you say, listen here, you
Jeremy
son
will
of a
probably text
bitch.
me later. Why the fuck do you forget about me?
Yeah, look,
Sorry. I was nervous about doing a podcast anyways.
listen, man, when Brandon first came on, I told him, I was like, listen, man, this is like very unfiltered, very just chilled, laid back, kind of like sitting in the garage late at night bullshitting kind of thing. There's
Oh yeah,
nothing's right, nothing's wrong, at the end of the day.
I'm sitting by the front bumper of the squad.
Brennan said they run an 1 3/4 attack lines.
Oh, he's one of them fucking fancy guys, 1 3/4.
Oh, you guys, what do you guys run? 1.5 inches?
Inch and a half.
Yeah, we run 1 3/4. We don't run run 1.5 inch trash lines,
That's
and then
our older engine, our 93. It used to have a booster reel on the back of it,
okay,
and we took it out for our Hurst tools. It's got an older set of Hurst tools on it,
okay,
but we run a 400-foot 1.5 inch off the front bumper. The
okay.
donut
Yeah,
roll.
I I like bumper lines. I like front intakes too. A lot of people don't. I don't I don't know why. I think
Yeah,
sometimes gives you options. Gives you options. You know what
just
I mean?
just in case you got to back out that little road and set a dunk tank in front of you.
Absolutely, absolutely. It's
That's
super.
what that's what
Yes.
our engine 162. It's got a front. We can hook the hard suction up to it and draft if we need to.
Yeah, man. No, it's nice to have options.
Oh yeah, definitely.
It's weird coming into like new generation with firefighters compared to old generation because sometimes it's so weird how the older generation just hates some of these things, and then some of these things that could really, really help, and you're like, why do you push so hard to
It's,
not fucking like? Why do you? Yeah, like
some of the
if I
old guys,
told you to pound, yeah,
we still
if
be
I
using
told you
booster
you could
line.
pound this fucking nail in with a hand or a fucking hammer, you still have some of
Yeah,
these guys that would still try to pound it in with their hand just because that's the way they used to do things. Don't understand
yeah.
it. Kelly Spalding
Oh, that's my mom.
said most dedicated firefighter ever. Said since he was 2, he knew the tones. And she said Amy says hi.
Yeah, it's my mom and them down there in Florida. That's where she lives at, down there in Florida.
Awesome, man. Yeah, fuck. I wish I moved to Florida sometimes.
It's warm down there.
It is, man. I mean, I, uh, you know, everything's so different. And like you brought up, you brought up brush fires. Like brush fires now are roaring. I just seen down towards Pennington County down. I think Frank. I
Yeah.
used to know a guy that used to run with Franklin. Well, I think he still
Uh,
does run with Franklin.
I know a
And
guy that runs for Maysville. He sold us our Hurstles, Jeffrey Teeter.
okay,
We'll
I
give
don't
him
know.
a shout out. Give him a shout out.
Okay,
Yeah,
he'll be on the.
I forgot about him, but yeah, he works up there. He's a Cumberland fireman. If I can learn how to talk,
Okay,
but yeah, he's a good guy, and he put it on there
okay.
about the brush fire, and I was like, shit, you boys
Yeah,
can have
they
it.
were already on a big ass brush fire and got a second one. I think they said don't quote me, but the first or second one burned like 85 acres, which
Yeah,
is like,
the
holy shit,
the biggest one I was on was up there at Cooper's Rocks.
that was a big ass one. That one was huge
Yeah,
too. I didn't go on that.
yes, I
We
didn't.
didn't actually get toned on that. The brush fire team got toned on that.
Yeah,
We were actually down in the river flowing water out of the deck gun, and
no.
and got toned for that. And I didn't go.
Yeah, it got like I said, my lands, there were so many people there, and I was raking a brush line. Hell, I meet up with the Brewston boys, and bullshit there for a little bit, and working on the fire line. And then once it got dark, man, on the brush fires, when it gets dark, it gets dangerous. Because like I
Yeah,
said, like the forester guy that got killed, man, trees and stuff. That's the biggest thing you got to watch for.
yeah, man. Yeah, that's super sad. Rest in peace to him, man. That's
Yeah,
awful for
definitely.
anybody to lose their life doing something to try to help. It's awful.
Nah, it's dangerous.
It definitely is. Yeah, that was an awful thing when I read about that. Awful, awful. Brandon said, oh man, he said booster line's a continuous water can. Woo! Just throwing stuff out here, man. All these departments out here running booster lines are gonna be knocking at your fucking door, Brandon.
We got the booster line on our mini pumper. Of course, for brush fires, I'd pull that one off, just hurry up and knock it out.
Yeah. Yeah, I tell you what, man, the first time I ever seen a booster line, I was like, damn, that's pretty fucking nifty. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Pull her off,
If you ever
reel her back in, you know?
if you ever took a Bernie Moyer's class, he talks about the grafting days and the booster line and stuff. He said we never pulled off the other hose. It was always booster line.
I took one class at Bernie, and it was actually your guys' department with Butters. I took
The Evoc.
I took my EVOC class up there about a year, coming up on a year. Maybe like a year in like June. Yeah, Bernie, awesome guy. Shout out to Bernie. Probably one of the oldest living instructor that I've.
I think he's 100 years old.
Dude, he's up there, man. Bernie's awesome. That was a really good class. One of the things with Bernie is, and everybody knows this, he's very patient.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Very, very, probably a little more than he should sometimes.
That's, like I said,
allegedly.
that's the same way with Donnie Goodwin. I mean, he's hands on. He taught the
Yeah, man.
firefighter one class up here with Butters and them.
Mm-hmm.
Man, of course, I come out, hang out a little bit and see, but they did a lot of hands on stuff. Stretching lines. He said, we'll stretch it this way. He said, we'll reload it. We'll stretch it again. Just kept stretching and stretching. I'm like, that's what an instructor does. And, if they messed up, he'd be like, oh, he's like, we'll just do it again. But like I said, he's a phenomenal instructor.
It's that's the thing, is like you can look at some instructors and say, how the fuck are you an instructor? And then you have some that are just awesome, man. They're awesome, and you say,
yeah.
I'd love to have 15 of these guys, 15 of these guys, because when somebody really cares, that makes a huge difference. Because if you don't care and you're just there to be a dickhead, then why the fuck are you teaching classes? Because, like, one, ain't nobody going to take them.
There's a few
and
of them out there.
two, what does somebody learn off of getting fucking yelled at the whole entire time? When I go to a class that I have fun, I'm like, holy shit, I remember stuff. I remember having fun, stuff like that. But if you go to a class, you get fucking yelled at the whole entire time. What would you learn in that class? How to get yelled at?
This ain't the fucking military.
Exactly. Like, it's a goddamn fire class that I,
That's one of our members, I mean, she was in a different department before she joined here. Christy Schaefer, she took a class, and the instructor was just straight up fucking dick, and she's like, I didn't learn anything. She said,
you don't want to learn anything. You don't want to fucking be there.
Yeah. But it was just, she's like, will you teach me, about going interior and stuff? I was like, yeah. I said, I'll teach anybody. I mean, it's because that's who younger. Well, I can't say, she's older than me, and Butters is older than me, and Bob, but, I've been around this a long time, so I try to, give some insight on some things. Some people, they take a lot of information, they run with it, and.
No, I understand that, man. I tell you what, one thing that I really noticed was, you would think some guys that have been doing this for 20 years, I think, how the fuck have you been doing this for 20 years? You know what I mean? Because, like, they just don't know anything. But you have some guys that's got 5 years of experience that are just fucking phenomenal. You have some guys with 10 years of experience that, I mean, they're amazing. But then, like I said, you just have some people that are just floating around out there for the last 20 years. And you have some guys that have been doing it for, 10 years, and they don't know shit. They just don't care. They don't care.
Some of them are just in it for the t-shirt.
Right, and that goes back to what we said earlier. Exactly. Just in it for the t-shirt.
And they post stupid TikTok videos.
I've posted like 2 TikTok videos, man. Now we're getting personal.
Really stupid.
Marshall Barla said, was you around when Murray's garage caught fire? Do you know about that?
Yeah, my
Bo
dad and
said that
them.
he was there. Has Bo been?
I think
Bo
that was
been
before my time. That was before my
okay.
time.
How
Maybe
how's Bo?
older than fuck, I guess.
God damn, Bo, you getting a fucking social security check?
You have to get him on here and let him fucking jabber.
Oh yeah, I'll get him on here for sure. I bullshit with Bo every once in a while when I see him on a call. I get to see him decent, man. You know, we see the
Yeah,
Scranville boys a little bit. So
and Granville boys.
any any other big fires? Anything else that'll happen up on a pike that's real big? You remember?
See, we had the sawmill fire, but that was before my time. But nah, just the normal house fire. Ain't big buildings up here. We got a few, but
Yeah.
we ain't got that. We ain't got them big city buildings.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which, like I said,
Unfortunately, not.
I like I said, I like where we're located.
Yeah.
We can go. Man, I've known us going clear to Fellsville for brush fire. Been to
Damn.
Newburgh.
God damn, Bo. This fucking guy said he's been with Cool Springs since 2001, but I was fucking 6 years old out here. I still probably about pissing myself. This
Yeah,
guy's out here fucking running fire calls. God damn.
when he used to live up here. Yeah, me and him, we packed up a lot.
Yeah,
He,
Bo's super nice guy. Like I said,
don't don't
we
don't brag him up on here too much. Fucking swell his
ah
head up.
yeah, fucking you probably want to be able to walk in the station next week.
Oh yeah, have to open up the door for
Um
him.
yeah, he's all fucking laughing now. Um but yeah, man, like I said, we definitely we
You thought
got
this
some really good dudes.
you thought this was just gonna be a serious podcast, didn't
Yeah,
you? Yeah,
yeah.
Comedy Central over here, ain't it?
Yeah. But but we got some really good dudes, man. Like I said, our second dude, Granville. We got
And like I said, that's
pretty
what
good guys down there, man.
a lot of good guys in Mon County. A lot of good guys.
I like your brother-in-law said. I'd put us up against just about anybody. I've
Easy
been
now.
to.
Easy now. We'll start a war with other counties.
Hey, fuck it. They want to come down here. We'll get everybody together. We'll have a fight in the Walmart parking lot. It don't matter.
Like I said,
Um,
Preston County's got a lot of good ones.
um, Colin. I guess Jameson said hi, buddy.
Who is it?
Jameson. That's what Jason Nestor said.
Oh, his
You know who?
boy.
Oh, Jameson. Okay, that's the
Yeah,
son.
his
Okay.
boy.
Damn, dude. Now his boy's gonna have to whoop your ass. You're forgetting him now. Damn.
I'm almost 30. That must be my
That's
mind
already
going.
slipping, huh?
Yeah,
You didn't start going downhill yet, and already forgetting.
it happens.
All right, man. Well, if you ain't got no other stories, you gave some shout outs and stuff. I think everybody definitely liked having you
Yeah.
on here.
I mean, I
And then,
probably got a bunch of stories. I just want to, I just want to get on here and give credit to people,
no, man,
and
I
talk
definitely
a little bit, give some insights to things, and
yeah, no, I mean, and that's good because I mean, like I said, every department is its own thing. Everybody runs a different.
yeah,
That's cool that you're like I know Brandon told me he's captain down there and he's in charge of all their bunker gear and everything like that. So I mean we make decisions as like a body on all that.
yeah.
Like that's how we do it. It gets brought up and then everybody makes decisions on how they're gonna do it. They
Well,
don't
like,
necessarily like have we don't have roles for that. I mean we have like our trustees and stuff that are in charge of running the halls and the grounds and stuff like that.
I mean, with this new building, we don't have a hall.
Well, that's true. Yeah, kind of change things.
I mean, if we have to have some stuff in here, we'll pull the trucks out, but
hmm
just the fire department.
Yeah, we don't really. I mean, we don't rent our hall out anymore either. I mean, we have two. We have one upstairs. We have one to the side. It just, you know, when the
Yeah,
expenses outweigh you know,
we're the best above the rest. We're on the mountain.
yeah. Oh God, throwing more shade. You're talking about other departments getting mad at us. Now you have other counties. Now you have departments that
Believe me.
what is it?
There's probably some that probably want to.
What do you
They probably
mean?
don't
What do you
care too
mean?
much for me, so
It's okay. Listen, what I always said is
it's all in
I
good
don't
fun.
show up. Yeah, I don't show up for
It's all in good
anybody else
fun.
other than the person calling 911.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
I show up to make my department look good.
Absolutely. It's all you can do at the end of the day. All right, man. Well, if there's nothing else, man, I really appreciate you coming on. I really
Yeah,
do.
thanks.
And
Thanks for having me. I mean, like I said, maybe down the road we'll get back on here and
yeah,
bullshit
we
some
will.
more.
Yeah, we'll bring you and your brother-in-law on. Maybe I'll get him on first, and we'll let him tell his side of the story. He says he's a truckie. Maybe he's got some truckie stories.
I mean, I don't know about too many trucking stories. We ain't got no truck up on the mountain.
Yeah. All right, man. Well, like I said, thanks for coming on. I really
Hey,
appreciate it.
I
Okay.
appreciate it. I appreciate
Hey,
it.
thanks, man.
All right.
Take care.
All right. Stay safe.